Just because you paid our bills doesn't mean we're entitled to help you. That's what my mom told me when I begged for a loan. A week later, they gave my brother $100K for a house. Now they're broke, homeless, and calling me nonstop. When my mom said those words, something inside me cracked in a way that never really healed. I'd spent years believing family was supposed to be a two-way street. I thought love and loyalty were things we built together, not something you weaponized the second it wasn't convenient. But the way she said it, calm, rehearsed, almost proud, showed me that they had drawn a line and I wasn't on the right side of it. After I saw that post about the $100K gift, everything made sense in a sick way. Every time my parents bragged about my brother, every time they downplayed my achievements, every time they acted like I was fine on my own while he was treated like royalty. It wasn't luck or timing. It was favoritism dressed as love. And I had been too blind or too hopeful to see it before. So I started pulling back, not in a dramatic way, just slowly, quietly. I stopped volunteering to fix things at their house. I stopped picking up the phone on the first ring. I stopped sending money just in case. And the more distance I created, the more peaceful my life became. I didn't realize how heavy their expectations had been until I stepped out from under them. But my brother's house fell apart faster than anyone expected. When he couldn't make the payments, he begged my parents to invest more. And when they said they couldn't, he threw tantrums like a child denied a toy. I heard all this from my aunt, who watched the meltdown unfold during a family gathering. She said my mom cried after he left, realizing he saw them as a wallet, nothing more. A lesson I learned long before they ever did. Then the real disaster hit. My parents' landlord decided to sell the property. Their rent skyrocketed. They couldn't afford the increase, and within weeks they had to leave. They crammed everything they owned into storage and bounced between relatives, sleeping on couches, pretending it was temporary. But everyone knew it wasn't. That's when my phone became their lifeline. The voicemails changed tone quickly. First, it was polite, then emotional, then apologetic, then desperate. One message still sits in my inbox. We made mistakes. We know that. We just need a little help. You've always been the responsible one. And that was the line that sealed my decision, because the translation was simple. You're the only one we can drain. Now, they weren't calling because they realized they hurt me. They were calling because they ran out of options, because the favorite son drained them dry and bylaid, because reality finally caught up to them, and they needed someone sturdy to lean on. But I'm done being sturdy for people who only show up after they've broken everything. A few days ago, they came to my workplace unannounced. My manager texted me from the front desk. Your parents are here asking for you. I stood in the hallway, frozen, listening to my own heartbeat. Then I walked to the back exit, got in my car, and drove away. For the first time, I wasn't the safety net. I wasn't the fixer. I wasn't the backup plan. I was free. Since then, they've been staying at a motel, burning through what little money they have left. Every day, another message comes through. Promises that things will be different, that family comes first, that they're ready to rebuild. But they only learned the lesson after losing everything. And I learned mine much earlier. The people who ignore you when you need them do not get access to you when they need you. I didn't block them. I didn't lash out. I didn't cuss them out. I simply chose not to answer. Remember, I have done all that because they said